Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Foster's After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Today we're breaking down, discussing episode 4, season 3. I got it out, don't worry. The episode is called Words with Friends. Oh my god, no it's not. More Than Words.
I love Words with Friends. I play that all the time.
That was a quick joke
it's a
for
great
everybody.
Game.
Thanks. Introducing Hayden Byerly. Thanks for coming back.
Hey, yeah, no, thank you guys for having me back. Happy to be here.
Everybody at home should know, but Hayden, of course, plays Jude.
Judicorn.
Jude from the Fosters.
Right. Yeah. I know. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. You know, Jillian and I were just talking a moment ago about how whenever anyone says, "Oh, you're having Hayden back," what do you guys feel about that? And we always say that they're having a friend back. Mm-hmm. We all feel like friends now. We're all heavily acquainted.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Even the engineer was impressed at how tall you've gotten. As always.
Well, it keeps happening.
It's the running joke in the staff every time you come back. It's like, more inches.
More inches.
Pretty much, yeah. No, every time I see someone, they're always like, "Oh yeah, it looks like you grew some more." I'm like, I just keep growing. I can't help it. It's just happening.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
Oh my god, that's so weird because in Hollywood we're not supposed to age, so we stay the same age. I think. I'm still just out of high school.
Yes. You look fresh as a daisy.
Oh, thank you. Guys, let's do some intros. I'm Jeffrey Masters. I tweet from @JeffMasters1.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi. I tweet from @Stephanie Giorgi.
I'm Jillian Leff. I tweet from @Jillian Leff, and everyone knows Hayden's Twitter handle by now, but remind everyone.
I'm Hayden Byerly, and I tweet from @Hayden Byerly.
Awesome. And if you guys at home have questions for Hayden, you can tweet using the hashtag ABTVFosters. Mm-hmm. Jillian Leff is going to be checking that all night. You can also leave us a comment on iTunes, YouTube, subscribe. Let us know what you think. We love hearing from you. So let's break down this episode, starting with prom night.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I was interested to see how they'd work that out for the genre to get to prom. And it was an LGBTQ prom.
Yeah, specified for lesbian, gays, bisexual, transgenders, and queers.
Yeah, everybody. I loved the mix of people there. I loved the genderqueer actor, or at least he was playing a genderqueer character. I don't know that I've ever heard the term, the label identified on TV before as genderqueer, a character.
Yeah.
That was the first time for me.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever really heard that often as well. It was kind of interesting being in the scene and hearing that. I was kind of like, oh, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never heard it in real life.
No, me neither, but
really?
I was just happy, yes, that was one thing, but that Cole is back.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I really loved Cole when we first met him at Girls United, and I thought this was sort of the best surprise when we saw in the preview last week that he was actually organizing this entire thing, and he's come into his own quite nicely. It's great.
I loved how they addressed his lowered voice. Mm-hmm. He's going through puberty too, and I think for young trans kids to see this trans male who's taking off his shirt and proud and showing off his scars, which still looked fresh. That's an amazingly brave thing, and so heartwarming, I think, for young trans people to see this on screen.
And just to remind the viewers, the actor that actually plays Cole went through a transition himself. So this is real life for him, and it's so nice for people that have never seen that before to actually see it on such an amazing platform like television. The audience is so wide. So.
Yeah, there's just something different than seeing I'm such a Laverne Cox fan, but she is mature and she's gone through this and she's figured it out. She can speak so intelligently, but to see someone so young and yet still so comfortable with it, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the security is nice, and I even thought, the moment that Callie had after he had walked away and she was talking to AJ and she got really defensive and protective. It's this is my friend. He's always been like this to me. I feel Callie was just happy to see Cole happy. And that's what I really liked.
Totally.
I like to see him with such confidence.
Yeah.
The fact that he was going through this transition and she saw him, when he was starting out as this female and then progressively going through this, I think it's incredible that she was supportive because she has seen, him going through these struggles and these issues in Girls United. And so she is so happy that he is, confident enough to just take his shirt off on the beach and not care what other people think because he's happy he's been able to become himself. And he's so confident about that.
His character is completely developed too. I love seeing how different he is from when he was in Girls United to now. He's more smiling, he's up for conversation, looking at everyone in the face, doesn't look down. It's just completely different persona. And it just goes to show you how it's true for those who have that identity crisis, that it really does, they become someone else and they become happier and they just become this vibrant person as soon as they're accepted the way that they prefer to be.
Yeah, and I think too that he said he's in an LGBTQ home.
I was going to say, he got his happy ending, and it's one of Callie's first friends that has gotten their happy ending. And I thought that was amazing because, Daphne is going through her own stuff, and Sharinda.
Kiara.
Kiara has her own thing going on. So it's really nice to finally see, one of Callie's buddies living life how it should be lived.
And finally, Callie found the Fosters and kind of got a happy ending and got out of Girls United. So I think that she's happy that others are starting to find that happiness too. She experienced finding this loving family, and she wants everyone else to feel that way in the foster system. So for Cole to finally feel that is just so incredible for her.
And there was an amazing moment too when Cole was telling Jude, like, you found the Fosters, you get to be who you want to be. Like, the rest of us are still trying to make sure it's okay where we've ended up.
Yeah, and because Jude has his two moms who are so accepting of who he is and how he wants to portray himself and who he wants to be, and that's what he says. And Jude kind of realizes that, he kind of thinks about Connor's position where his dad is not accepting of their relationship and is not accepting of Connor being gay, and he's happy to be in the position he's in. And he knows that there are other kids out there who go through so much and so many bad things just because of who they are, just because of how they feel. And so I think, he really experiences this feeling of luck. And I think that is incredible that Cole kind of wakes him up a little bit, kind of shows him like, dude, you're really lucky.
Mm-hmm. Actually, question from a fan, Channing Gotti. Hey, girl. How did you prep for the scene when Jude and Cole were talking outside, one-on-one?
I got to talk to Tom Felon, plays Cole, a lot before we actually filmed the scene. And we just went over it a couple different times. Usually, there's not like a ton of mental preparation for it, I don't think, because it just kind of comes naturally, just in the scene, going with someone like that. We had a great director. Our dialogue coach is incredible, so just having all those people kind of help you along the way, you just kind of figure it out. You just go with the flow and just hope that it all looks great.
Yeah, totally. So I know that it's been like a recurring theme going in the show about Jude not wanting to label himself. And I think that's really cool. And then today we got a label. Was that something that you talked about with the writers? Because I know last time we heard you were saying that they want to make sure that's where the story was going, and they want to make sure you were comfortable with it. Was the labellessness of Jude part of that conversation?
Not necessarily. They kind of figured that, this is the path that they wanted to take with him, not necessarily openly calling himself gay or owning up to this in public because of the fear of what that label could bring. And now they're kind of showing you that, there may be some negatives to that, but you can't be scared of that because there's so many positives as well.
Yeah.
So they're basically just trying to show people that there are two sides to it. And that, like Cole said, labels are not for everyone. You don't have to have a label. But there is some power in them. There is some good to them.
Yeah. And I thought that was an amazing argument coming from Cole, too. One that probably no one else in the show could have said,
No, never.
And it just gave you a good understanding. As the second Cole said, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And I liked actually the way that it finally came out when you saying it. I thought it was a good segue into
just a little...
Okay, he's there. It was
yeah,
so
pretty much.
And it's such an interesting like juxtaposition too in like the timelines of Gavin and Connor, or excuse me, Connor played by Gavin and Jude, because like Connor is like not accepted at home, or it's been a slow process, and yet he's out and about with his label. And Jude is like 100,000% accepted and still like getting used to it. Just a cool example about there not being like a timeline.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how they have the different opinions based off of it. Like, most people would probably think that Jude is very open in public because his family is so accepting and so open about their relationship, but he's a little more reserved. So it's kind of interesting to see the two sides of that.
We actually have another fan question. Johnner on Ellen. She wants to know...
like the name?
Yeah, that's the name. So he or she, I don't know, but hello. Was there any music playing during the actual filming of the dance scene?
No, there was not. It's kind of funny when you do that. Usually there's not music playing whenever you hear there is music. So it's them just dancing to an imaginative song in their mind.
What were you imagining?
I have no idea. Well, here's the thing. For the slow dance, there was actual music.
Okay.
Because there was no lines over it. So it wasn't overlapping anything. But for everything else, like when Jude walks up to Connor and he's dancing with everyone, he's like, "What are you doing?" No music there at all. So it looks really weird, but just a bunch of people in a room dancing to nothing. But when they edit the music in it, it looks great.
That's great.
It looks so real.
Who's keeping the beat? How do you do that?
Yeah, right. Everyone's dancing to like a different song in their mind.
Connor was just like kind of jumping. I was like, I know, get it.
Imagine that
Gavin
right
was
now.
so nervous. He was like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know how I don't dance." I'm like, "You'll be fine. It'll be great."
I wonder did the dancing make you more nervous than the kiss, or
Yeah, right. Which one were you more afraid of, dancing or the kiss?
Sophie's Choice, there it is.
There it is.
Oh my god. I just think like a dance like this for young LGBTQ characters, as Jude and Connor are, to be able to go to and see there's other people my age going through the exact same things, no matter what home life is like. If you've got like two moms, it's different to see people your age. And I think that's like the most valuable thing for like two characters like this to have.
And I also think we've seen so many dances on television where the gay character is the outcast at something like this, and for them to be, sort of taken in right away. Like, I loved that introduction with the two characters sort of walking right up to you guys in the beginning and being like, "Hey, this is who I am, and like, this is what I'm about." That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And that was so nice, because obviously they see that you're sort of uncomfortable in the situation. You're new to this, and they just want to welcome you in. So I liked that so much.
And I love that they were taking Connor under his wing and being, like they're letting each of you know, like, you're not alone in the world.
Yeah.
Just FYI. And yet they're still really giving bad advice to Connor.
Oh, so
bit.
bad advice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just trying to break up genre in a way.
Yeah, but he was probably like, "Oh, you
Yeah, I
cute."
was jealous.
Exactly. Trying to steal Connor from Jude.
I know. Ain't gonna happen.
You're all right. Can't break up genre.
Oh my god, fans would be livid. They would be rioting on the streets if Johnner broke up.
I get that it was a little negative from them that Jude was like, "I'm just Jude," but I think that was one of my favorite parts, when you're like, "I'm Jude," and you didn't even flip,
Yeah.
like, didn't skip a beat. It was just perfect and
was
so
funny.
confident. I loved it because it almost puts people back, because of how I still feel like you were confident in saying that you were just Jude.
Yeah, and just being Jude. Well, I thought it was funny how they were kind of standing there after he was like, "Yeah, hi, I'm Jude," and they were just kind of standing there like, "And you're what? Like,
Right.
what are you?" And he
Which
was
I
like,
feel like was a little annoying too. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Just let
in a
him
way.
say that.
So, like,
it was pushy.
just, yeah, a little bit.
But I think that's why we've loved it so much, because Jude, played by you, has never been like apologizing about his lack of label. It's never been through like uncertainty and whatnot. It's just like, it's a confidence in that like, I don't want to decide yet.
Right.
As opposed to like, no, I don't actually want to decide, I promise.
Yeah, for sure. He's very open and he owns it.
Yeah.
He owns the fact that he is himself and that he's happy with that. He doesn't need to say that he's gay to feel like that's, him telling everyone who he is.
Yeah, totally. And I think also Callie is starting to own the fact that she is the unicorn herder for the misunderstood and the outcast, just like reining them in and letting them know that you are like perfect the way you are.
Speaking of Callie, I loved the moment where she was slow dancing with Cole and you were slow dancing with Connor, and you guys both shared a look, and I was like, they're connecting again. Oh my god. Because I feel like you guys have lost touch. kind of.
It seems that way, yeah. It's
yeah.
not so close, because Jude's close to the family now, so he's kind of in a secure place. He's figuring himself out. Callie's dealing with a lot of her adoption issues and some other stuff, so they've kind of had some separate stuff going on. So it is nice to see them continue to have that brother-sister bond.
I loved that.
I just like that they're finally in a place where they're not so dependent on each other. That's what's good to see, is that you're both comfortable. Like you said, you have the security of the rest of the Fosters, and Callie's just kind of doing her own thing, where before all you guys were thinking about was what's Jude doing, what's Callie doing,
Right, so invested in each other all the time.
Exactly.
It's so funny. At Alan TV guy said, it was great to have Happy Jude back last night. Is he here to stay for a bit? Happy Jude can always make me cry.
Well, let's hope Happy Jude's here to stay. You never know. I mean, something random could happen, and then Jude's sad again. So.
Right, teenagers.
I mean, Hayden's the happiest kid, so I don't know how he gets into sad Jude.
Yeah, it's a long process. That preparation takes forever. Usually I watch Marley and Me a couple times, get really worked up, and then I go to work.
Guys, it's a family drama. You will not stay happy, okay? Don't
Listen,
ask
we know
about
that.
it.
Yeah.
I was very happy this episode with the Callie AJ progression. I've been very critical every season about Callie's choice of men, and while this one is not that much better, they just have such amazing chemistry.
They really do.
Yeah, have we named them yet? Are they a Jolly?
I thought they were KJ.
No.
KJ.
KJ.
I think KJ's better. I don't know about Jolly.
A Jolly.
Wait, a Jolly?
A Jolly.
Oh, but that's
jelly.
A-L-L.
Jelly.
Jelly. Jello.
Jello.
I think KJ. Or CJ. Wait.
CJ, KJ?
There's not a good one. They should rename AJ. Just not. Gonna happen.
Just have him a better ship name.
Listen, the sexual tension has been building. I've been waiting for this, even though I'm still Team Bradley, because there was a moment in this episode where I almost died. They were talking about trust in the beginning, and Callie said to Brandon, I didn't trust anyone until you showed me I could.
Oh, I know.
I completely disapprove of AJ and Callie. She's
heard
doing
it.
the Brandon thing again. No, you can't do this.
That's the
Gonna screw up the adoption again.
Yes, exactly. That's the only reason why I disagree with it. However, I do like that Callie is seeing a different type of sexual tension, because Wyatt and Brandon both were kind of weirdos to her. Like, oh, I'm weird too. Let's be weird together. Where AJ's just like, hey, girl, I'm into you. I just want to let you know.
Too. It was funny.
But it's nice because he's doing it in an aggressive way where, honestly, I think that that's the type of guy that would be able to hold Callie down with the way that she is. However, her heart's already taken, so that's understandable. But
I agree.
AJ was spitting that game just right.
He was, man. He was sly. It was funny seeing those comments where he was making to her.
When he whispered to her shoulder, I was like, oh my God.
I know. No one has been that overtly flirtatious with her. It was great.
It was super good.
She's going to like it.
You think she's gonna like him?
It being their relationship. Yeah, I do.
That's nice, yeah.
That being said, though, I'm mad because the internet world has always proclaimed Brandon's music camp friend to be her love interest this season. So.
Oh yeah, that's what we did here.
Yeah.
But I mean, AJ makes a lot of sense right now.
I just need AJ to move in with Mike Tucci. Wait.
Mike Tucci.
I like that.
Danny Nucci, who plays Mike.
Oh,
Mike
God.
Nucci. New character.
It's okay.
It's
What is that called?
Jeff is actually shipping actors with their names.
Yeah,
on
with
the
their real
show,
name.
so-
Who was my
So
so
it's
ship? Gavin and Connor. Oh, the best couple. Mike.
Yes.
Thank you. Mike. I need him to move in with Mike ASAP so they can just
So
go
that can
to
happen.
prom. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gonna happen, guys.
I don't know, but in the preview for next week's episode, there's a lot of tension between Callie and Brandon because he's super jelly of AJ. So I wonder if anything happens. I know Bradley's endgame, I get that, but I kind of want something to happen.
I think it will. I think it will progress to a situation where more things like this are going to happen, where Callie's going to be introduced to other people and vice versa, and they're going to finally decide whether or not that's okay for them. So Brandon's going to have to come to the decision to either tell the family and tell Callie, look, this is no way. I'm not going to see her with anyone else.
If you would have told me that Mariana and Wyatt were going to have sex last season, I'd be like, you are such a liar. But it happened because this show does everything.
That's true. And yet, isn't next episode the one where Callie and Brandon go to Mexico?
Mexico.
Yeah, what? Oh my God, they're gonna get drunk down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do they have fakes?
I wonder if Callie drives because she has her license now.
Oh, God.
She gets into trouble already.
Uh-oh.
Dana put that idea in her mind.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah, Dana. Oh, no. I'm so nervous about next week, guys.
Oh, my
Should we wrap up now? I can't talk anymore.
No, I'm so excited. for
Okay, let's go.
Lindsay tweet said, "Oh my God, Callie, don't get involved with another guy who lives in the house."
I know.
Yes.
She just wait.
Yes,
hold on.
girl.
I want to also say she told Cole that she's not interested in another boyfriend right now, and now she's gonna move on to 8. Like that's a little hypocritical.
I mean,
Just
she definitely
saying.
had to tell Cole that. So
Saying.
he knew
Hayden,
what was
I don't
going
want to
on.
like imply your dating experience, but that's what you tell people.
Oh well.
That's very
Well,
common.
if that is
Very
how you date,
appropriate.
I'm gonna fail. I'm just gonna be too honest. I'm just gonna be too truthful.
Yeah, you'll learn fast.
Get in a lot of trouble. Oh no.
They'll beat that out of you.
Oh wait, you know what we didn't talk about, which a fan just brought up, the shirt that Connor gave Jude.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is.
Oh, that is, yeah. Why did not we talk about that? Because that was
so
the best thing.
Funny. It is great.
How did you keep a straight face? You were like mad.
Oh, it was
I
so.
would have been dying.
It was so funny when it was on him because they did him first, so I got my laughs out then. But after that, it was great.
That is so funny.
I can't get over how wonderfully proud Connor is. Mm-hmm. And that shirt was perfect. He was like, look, like I just wanted him to be like, look, babe. Like
Yeah,
I just
no,
wanted
he
the
was
babe.
like, hey, look what I got
all he
you.
needed was the babe.
It was great. He was so
cute.
excited about it too. He was like, "Hey, look! Isn't this awesome?"
No, and you know what? You were really starting to see the development of this relationship. Their dynamic. You guys are genuinely becoming a couple, and not just a hey. So we kind of like each other. Now it's they're babes.
Yeah,
They're
even-
babes.
Last episode they were bickering. It's perfect.
know,
They're
I
a real
love it.
couple.
Exactly.
Y'all made it.
Oh, you guys are so cute, Johnner.
We love John right here.
Just to wrap up our AJ discussion.
Yes, sorry.
He put the baseball back. Everyone forgave him.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that's where it's going to end? Or was that like a
No.
premonition of what's to come?
Brandon hates him.
Well,
Okay, do we think it's going to end in a fist fight like last season?
no.
Bang, bang.
Ooh,
Brandon
maybe.
cannot hurt his hands.
Pow,
Although he did get kicked out of Idlewild, so
He can because he's
Yeah.
just a composer
He doesn't need to
now.
play piano anymore.
Right, exactly.
He can get into boxing or something, fighting.
Right.
That was a bold move to like copy Bach, to like say it was not copied and then to say it was copied. Y'all
But I
follow
guess,
me, right?
but do you believe him? Do you believe him? Because I think it was a smart move on his part, or at least the way he explained it, where he was like, "I knew that Kat, that's her real name.
Yeah.
No, that's her name on the
name.
show.
Yeah.
I knew that she was going to diss this, and it's this amazing composer, and you just don't like working with me." And I think that was the whole lesson. But do you guys buy it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Because the teacher.
Hayden's like, yes.
Oh, yeah, I buy it.
No, but the teacher had even said that it was something that's very unknown. It wasn't like a very popular, composition that Bach had done, and that was a perfect example to be like, look, it's not me, it's Kat. It's in her face, because she was the one that looked like an idiot and said, yeah, it's not that good.
Did he look up unknown Bach fugues or just unknown fugues?
I think he Bach. I think he said Bach.
I think he said
Yeah.
Bach, and I think that kind of also proves that he was looking for a specific Bach fugue, but he wanted it to be unknown and hidden
that
enough.
she wouldn't
enough.
recognize
She wouldn't
it.
recognize
Exactly.
it. I think it was a very smart plan.
I do too.
He got kicked out, but
Right,
I think it was
right.
still a
Exactly.
very smart plan.
And that's what happens when you play around like that. They're not being serious, but
Yeah.
whatever.
And I know that Brandon has made mistakes. They all have and they all will, because they're still like growing up. But it was just so out of character for him that it really made my ears perk up. Like, is he going through with this?
What's he doing?
Yeah. And then they both get voted off the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Survivor. That's how I felt. Yeah, I was
Although
like,
they didn't show his part, so I'm wondering what went down in the room. Are we ever going to find out? Because he said it's a long story. I hope that he explains what happened.
I don't know. But now it's like a question.
I know he can't say anything. He's
I
like,
know,
I've
right?
read the script.
Yeah, I just read we had the table for season 10, or episode 10. I wish it was season 10, but we had the table for episode 10 today, which is the finale. And,
Oh, man.
God, so many people would kill to read that script.
Y'all's finales are the most dramatic thing I've ever seen.
And we
Yeah.
drop
And I've read
so many
Shakespeare.
bombshells, and also we leave so many doors open, so many cliffhangers.
Good.
Are you
Oh my
allowed
gosh.
to tell us? You might not be able to. Are you allowed to tell us if we will see the new actor playing Jesus this season?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my answer.
We talked about that a little bit last episode.
If not, then like next half, because it's always A and B, right?
I mean, you'll probably see him in the 3rd season. So whether that's B or A,
Gotcha.
maybe the end of A, but it you know, yeah.
It'll happen.
They haven't finished shooting, and maybe TBD, guys.
TBD, exactly.
With the cat thing, I've been so mad at the way that all the faculty and staff at the camp have let her treat Brandon and every other student. Just the way that she talks to them, and they look at her like, oh, that's how people talk to each other.
Danny Sanchez, I'm living for him right now, he says, the character Kat deserved to be kicked out of the camp. She's like so manipulative and rude. Like, bye.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how I feel all the time.
Like bye.
Yeah. Like, bye.
No.
I agree, Danny.
I think we all agree.
Is that Danny Nucci or Danny Sanchez?
I wish it was Danny Nucci.
It was Danny Sanchez.
Danny Nucci needs to be watching the show right now. Danny
Nucci
Nucci's
needs
my
to
best friend on the Fosters. I love everyone,
so
but Danny Nucci is my best friend on the Fosters.
I wish he was my best friend. I'm super jealous.
He is. It's just. I don't work with him a whole lot because it's usually him and David, or now some other.
Him and AJ. Yeah.
So, for him to kind of go into scenes with everyone, and I'm in it, it's just a fun day overall. The Foster's Day is always great, but when he's there, it's just
even better.
He's a funny guy.
That's awesome.
That's like the episode ending in like the family dinner. I was like, oh, they're all together. I
Yeah,
love
all
this.
eating, all hanging out.
Which Brandon is a hot mess right now.
He is.
The way
man.
he showed up, and I mean, I understand the situation, but it's just so funny that he has his own storyline that doesn't even have to do with the family.
It's separate.
It's just completely separate with him and only him.
It's just funny with that character. He keeps like screwing up, for lack of a better word, and yet he is innately like a good person.
Yeah.
He's a good character. Like, he means well always, but he can't. His life. Girl.
He can't.
Like, bye.
Like, bye.
Like, bye.
LMAO, he got kicked out of Camp Rock. That was Johnner_trash.
Okay, so tell me, what do you think about the updates in the Mariana-Matt relationship? They have called it quits for, like, the time being.
I think Matiana is done.
I do too, but
That
she's...
is so sad.
I didn't know that. I was repeating it because I was like, that's really clever. It's in them. It's because it's usually a ship name is usually you take like the first letter of someone's name and makes it like Johnner. It's Jude and Connor.
That's why I couldn't figure out AJ's.
But Matiana, like that's in the middle of the name. It changes. That's
Perfect.
unheard of.
Well,
It's a special relationship that's now gone.
Right.
Maybe.
You just blew Hayden's mind.
Yeah. I'm so amazed.
It's okay. Make sure you tell Sierra that. I'm sure she knows. Matiana.
Oh, man.
I would assume.
I'm
but I do think they're
sad.
done. Steph, what are you going to say?
Just Mariana, what is... God, I mean, her character's so good right now because of everything that's happening, but it's just so... It's exactly what I thought. She's starting to get attached to Wyatt. You can tell because she's like, no, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this. However, I'm glad that the storyline is that Matt's going to go on tour. So it's more reason, like, we can accept the fact that they're not going to be together. It's not like he's just going to be around. He's actually going to be traveling. But it's so sad because she could have lost her virginity to someone like him, and instead she did it to Goldilocks, and it just sucks.
Goldilocks.
Okay, so you think that Mariana is gonna slowly fall in love with Matt?
I
Or
think
Wyatt?
no, she's gonna build attachments because they're already flirting. They have this little, inside secret.
Well,
so
Do you think that
Wyatt-
she just genuinely likes Wyatt? That she,
I think
like,
she's starting to. I mean,
like
but
this has happened, so
but
now she's kind of
because
growing
now
more
they officially
attached?
have something in common, so the spark of conversation is allowed to happen regardless of what it is. So everything that they do is flirting because of what's already happened.
I don't think Mariana is flirting. I think that Wyatt is coming on really strong.
He is,
I do too.
Yeah.
but Mariana she's starting to.
Wyatt
she
is,
likes
like,
it.
too
She's flattered by it.
thirsty.
She fancies it.
But there's like a phase in the like dating process where when someone shows you attention, you say, this is nice, and you like let it go on because like it feels good, versus being like, oh, do I like this person or not? And I think she's still in that, being 16-ish years old.
I just think we've seen her grow so much, and I really like everything that she's gone through on the show. I mean, when we first met this character, she was really unsure of herself, willing to change herself for a guy. And and then she sort of, fell into her own again, and then she wanted to do it again with the blonde hair, changing herself to be a part of another group. And, she's really making these adult choices now. And it's kind of nice to see someone so open because we didn't get to see that with Callie. Callie came in and she was like, I'm damaged goods already. Like, sorry. Like, I have a lot of problems.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. And Mariana kind of, she's showing the audience that. So, although it's heartbreaking that Matt is no longer with her anymore for the time being, I think that we're going to see some really interesting moments with her. Because it is the summer. I mean, live a little, girl.
I mean, eventually... sorry, please.
No. Do you think that Matt will ever find out about Mariana losing her virginity to Wyatt? I mean, he's going on tour, and now they've broken up. Do you think that it will still get out, or do you think that it's just not gonna talk about?
Look at him asking these questions. I think that it will, and I think that Matt's gonna knock Wyatt out. He's
Lay
gonna
him
fight.
out.
That's gonna be a fight. He's gonna be like,
But what about Callie?
That's true.
Will Callie find out?
Okay, here's what I think is gonna happen. It's such a tumultuous story point that happened. I think the writers, since he's now on tour, I think that this could throw a wrench in the entire show for Callie, for Wyatt, for Mariana, for Mariana and the family. I think they're gonna put this to rest for a couple episodes. We're gonna forget about it, and then they're gonna bring it back in to make it more dramatic. But I think what will happen is that Matt will come back after the fall. Maybe he'll be with Lou, maybe not. That's a side plot. I think she's gonna confess it to him, and I want to see them talk about it, and her be like, it was a mistake, but that's life.
she'll be more comfortable. You're right.
And then she'll sing Rent to him. No regrets.
It wasn't clearly mentioned in the preview, but there was mention of a pregnancy test, and they sort of flashed to Mariana. So
God.
I feel like this may come out, sooner rather than later, if that's the case. I mean, we had said in last week's episode or the week before that they did use protection, but sometimes that does not work. So could it be Mariana's pregnancy test? What are you guys feeling about that? He can't answer, but you two can. Tell me.
One in the show that it's anywhere in that proximity.
Brandon's pregnancy test.
Unless they find the pregnancy test and they assume that it's Callie and not Mariana.
But also it will create drama. That's a given. It couldn't create not that much because they could assume it was just Matt and Mariana. And then after it blows over, they'll forget about it.
And then Mariana's going to cry and she's going to be like, it wasn't Matt. Then who was it? I'm sorry, Callie.
This could just ruin everything.
Honestly, there are just these sleuths on Twitter. I can't stand it. You guys stop tweeting me spoilers, but I'm going to share this one. Aaron Kelly said Jude plans a birthday party for Callie in episode 6, and I think that's where Callie finds out about Mariana and Wyatt. No reaction out of Hayden.
I got a good poker face. You're not getting nothing out of me.
But how do they know this? I need to get on the fan forums. I don't know. Aaron, where'd you find this?
He's sneaking onto set.
I'm they're on Wikipedia. They're probably filling in the information on there.
They really do. They cracks me up when they drop my episodes that this is all on. I'm like, what are you doing?
How do you know this?
It was it was the fans who spotted last episode the single mom who they're trying to set Monty up with from season 1.
Oh yeah, she was at the slam poetry night from season
Garrett's
1.
mom.
Yeah, she was.
We had no idea.
Nope. Mom, yeah.
It's kind of crazy that they brought her back after all this time. She's hilarious, by the way. But it's kind of
really
funny that they brought her back as the old friend, and
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. Instead of just introducing someone random, they bring someone from way back in the past and pull her
Crazy.
forward.
It makes more sense. It's perfect that way.
Yeah. They don't have to explain this other person. They just
Exactly. It's
It's Garrett's mom.
Jenna, it's Garrett's mom. Exactly.
What are you giggling about, Jillian?
At John or Cutie said, I would live for Matt beating up Wyatt. Please.
I know, right? Hey, me too.
Well, I thought it was clever of the writers to have this all happen at the beach day, where that happened with Wyatt.
Sure.
And where he's now a lifeguard, so it's going to continue to happen in their lives at the beach. It's not something she can just avoid and forget about if she's going every weekend with her friends.
Did you guys see Wyatt's arms, though, in that scene when he was the lifeguard? He looked amazing. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
Steph just wants to
you know what? I was
run
mad
her
about
fingers
it
through
because
his hair.
I don't, because I'm about Matt. I'd rather run my fingers through his hair. But
His bob.
when stop it,
I'm
Hayden.
not doing anything. I'm just
No, but right when I saw it, I was so mad. I was like, damn it, why do you look good? I know Mariana was pissed too.
She was surprised.
It wasn't.
It was a double.
No, it wasn't. It was a double. Please.
I knew it kind of didn't look like him.
Did it?
He was a little too buff.
Right. Well,
A little too meaty.
let me get Hayden. Let me get that doubles.
Yeah, right? All right. And next time I'm on the show.
Connection, jeez.
Oh, that's budgetary. They can't afford a Wyatt if they're just going to show his back. Get a body double.
Get a
Alex
buy
is too
it.
expensive to just have him there for that shot,
Yeah.
so they had to get some.
He's not talking, it's fine. And then he's like, fine, but hire someone buff. Like, for Steph. Oh my god. Okay, guys, we gotta talk about the family dinner with brother Nate. Oh man.
So half brother.
Thank you, half brother.
From her father's first marriage.
Yes.
Yes. Yvonne Parker is back, who I'm
She's so
obsessed
fly.
with.
I love her.
She's the best. She needs her own show.
She's everything.
If it was a spin-off, I'd be cool with it. Is that gonna happen, Hayden?
He doesn't. Look at that.
Hayden said he can't answer.
Yeah, right. If Yvonne gets her own spin-off before me, something is wrong with this show.
It could be together, a grandmother show.
I
You have the best grandmas on the show. Oh my god.
agree
Oh, yeah.
completely. Lorraine
Annie Potts.
and Annie Potts. They are amazing. Annie is so. When I had the scene with her with the folding beds and then the whole time, that was amazing. And then Lorraine is always such a wonderful person to work with. I mean, it's incredible.
Same.
And then Annie Potts.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless you. Annie, her husband, actually has directed a couple different episodes for the Fosters, and he's amazing as well.
Oh my god. That was the Amatako scene.
Yes, it was, and he directed that episode.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, with her and you. That's so
Yeah.
fun. Oh my god.
It was hilarious when they would bicker. They'd go back at each other during the scene, like they'd be rehearsing, and he'd be like, "Are you ready?" And she's like, "No, I'm not ready." And they'd just like bicker with each other and make funny little comments. It was entertaining.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god. I got that at the dinner, like Lena wanted people to stand up with her when she was like asking for the apology, but I also get like this is not the time or place.
Right.
Yeah, that was a little awkward for me. I get you, but you've been waiting so long to do something like this that, especially with the girlfriend into the mix.
Faith.
Well, I believe that's the reason why I think it wasn't the appropriate time,
agree.
because as much as that the girlfriend was black, it was his part of his past. So we should, they shouldn't damage what he has now.
Yeah.
And it sucks for her because that put her in a very awkward situation, and you don't want to get into someone's relationship in that way. However, to bring someone like that and then to even bring up an apology without it being the right one is pretty disrespectful.
Timothy Owens on Twitter said, "Do you think Nate was in a serious relationship with Faith?"
Oh, if it was an actual 6-month relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I think so too.
I don't think he didn't necessarily know Lena's intentions or Dana's intentions of getting an apology, so I don't know why he would get a fake girlfriend or a temporary one.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree. I just thought it was to throw us off as viewers, which it did, because we're expecting this KKK clan member to show up in a robe, and yet we find a nice looking guy with this girlfriend. You're like, oh, darn it, we can't hate him.
I just think that, obviously that's a word that no one should ever say, and they didn't say it in this episode for that reason. And I think that it really taught people the importance of the word, because I think some people lose sight of it. A lot of people just use that word, they throw it around, and it's not something that should be thrown around. And I think that was the whole point of it, how it not just affects the person, but other people around that person.
Well, it's just an extremely offensive word, and it's derogatory, it's unnecessary, and that's why they stop it every time they're about to. No, because we already know what it is. You don't even have to say it, because it's stupid just to say it for the sake of the scene. I just think that it was... I didn't like the whole Nate thing, how he's like, oh, you see, you chose them again, because then it just gives him reason, and then it makes that, I feel like that storyline's definitely not dead, because
I don't think so either.
and it's just weird for the father to be like, why didn't you tell me? And then she's like, because I knew you would never forgive him, and he's like, you're right. So it just sucks.
Yeah, I'm glad that she was able to voice that reason though, first as the audience, because it's oh, you're exactly right.
I did like the fact that Steph stood up for Lena, though. There's a bunch of people on Twitter talking. Let's see. Blue for Jude. They said, love how Steph got snappy at Lena's mom. #catfight. #bye-bye. Lily White said Steph was so protective over Lena. It's her wife, it's her business. Steph was unleashing it. I love it.
But Steph did it respectfully too. It wasn't as if she was, at the end of the day, you have to respect your elders and you want to respect your spouse's, parents. And that's important. But I love that she also used the same way that you're going to defend your husband, I'm going to defend my wife. And you just need to kind of take her side and see what the situation is. So I thought that was a great scene also. especially between adults, you know, not like any of the teen drama or anything. Like that was just so real. I loved it.
I agree. And like the fact that they didn't get a reconciliation at the end, which is kind of like, it made this family so much more real. You know, they're like loving people with like great kids, and it's like they can sometimes, I know that things go wrong, but they can be like the perfect family. And the fact that like they couldn't figure it out with like their half brother, it's like, yeah, that happens a lot.
But they closed on the family and they were all together. And that's what's important, because no matter what happens, they're a unit. And I think that that's the whole message of the Fosters. They're going to be with each other through anything. We
all stay together. We all
We
love
ride
each
together,
other
we
as a
stay
family.
together. Or how does that go? I don't know.
We ride together, we die together.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Hayden.
Of course.
Oh my god, I think
I'm
I
here
just
for
felt
all
old
of
right
us.
now. That sucks. Okay, cool. Awesome. That was an experience for all of you to witness.
Oh my god, let's jump to some predictions,
Yes,
guys.
please.
We've kind of woven them throughout, but let's make them official.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Who wants to start? Do you have anything brewing, Steph? Nothing at all?
I don't know. I want to hear your predictions first.
Okay. Oh my god, so much pressure. Well, I'm really excited for Browley next episode, since we got a taste of it today.
Hashtag Browley in Mexico.
I know. Viva la Browley.
Right?
You heard it first.
Live in La Vida, Browley.
Ooh, there we go.
How far can we go with this
I don't
joke?
know.
Actually, no, that one was perfect right there.
Just stop while you're ahead.
But I'm
Exactly.
excited to see them in a car together, because as someone who has taken long road trips with their significant other before,
Right?
sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's really not, when you're sitting in traffic and frustrated with each other.
It's actually the combination of both.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Also, we have not seen them together by themselves in a really long time. We've seen them interact in the house, outside on the porch. So I'm excited for some Browley alone time. And I
For
hope...
such a long time.
Yeah.
In a closed, confined space. With just two of them.
I'm just so... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And then there's a party in episode 6, because that's what the Twitterverse tells me.
Yay!
I don't know. Hayden,
my
can you...
That I have to.
Can you tell us anything? Maybe, how about this? Can you tell us anything about future Jude?
About future Jude?
Yes.
Well, obviously, you know, we ended off with, you know, kind of Jude accepting himself as being gay and labeling himself as being gay.
Super gay.
Super gay. I know.
He's super
Loved
gay,
it, loved
right?
it.
And we also, you know, found out that the relationship between Jude and Connor is not over; that they're still together. So I think that in the future, obviously in 6, you know, Jude plans a birthday, which we were talking about how we don't necessarily see enough of Callie and Jude together anymore. So now he's, you know, we're gonna probably see a little bit more of that with them spending a little more time together, with him planning that birthday for her. So it's gonna be exciting to see what Jude has brewing in his mind and what Jude does with this birthday, which it'll be exciting. I had so much fun. I think everyone that was there had so much fun filming that, and there were so many people.
So, is there a pinata?
No.
All right, yes, a spoiler.
At least we got an answer.
Wow, Jeff. Hard hitting.
I feel
I like
One of the
this.
serious questions.
Right? I feel like AJ's gonna kiss Callie at the party.
I hope.
Because Callie's probably gonna look banging and he's gonna be like, damn girl, come
Look
here.
So, I guess the moms are out of town if Jude's throwing a party.
I don't know. Maybe they're in support of it. Callie
It
just
is
got her
like a birthday
license.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a birthday.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Jude throws like
And
an
Jude's
all-out
obedient.
rave. Maybe Jude gets really crazy and he's just got like this insane idea in his mind.
They'll break another
sticks.
window, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm just nervous. I hope Taylor's there. Is Taylor?
Taylor. Oh,
We like, yeah.
we like Taylor.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Okay, so here's something #controversial.
Okay.
Anytime the show has set up something as being like wonderful, it always knocks it down. Be it like Mariana's like dignity, be it anything at all, Callie's adoption, knock it down.
Okay.
I think something that they've not knocked down yet is the Jonna relationship. It's been like the high point of the show for so many fans, and that I think the writers know that when they do knock it down, it's gonna destroy people and make them lose their minds. And I think as writers, they kind of want that reaction.
Honestly, everyone is like freaking out on Twitter. They're like, ask Hayden about the future of Jude and Connor. I bet you can't tell us anything. Can you?
Nope, I can't. I genuinely, I wish I know, right? I come here and I tell you guys as much as I can, and it's still not enough. I know. I still need more to say.
Enough.
I think 3B, it's probably gonna happen.
During 3B?
Yeah. Because 3A is not done.
You and your
filming yet,
poker
right?
face.
You know what? I love Johnner, but I hope that maybe they introduce another gay character that one of them is interested in. Because that would really shake things. I'm just talking about controversy. Jeff's talking about controversy. I'm trying to shake it up.
No, but that's hurtful.
Listen, I love Johnner, but like,
it is the longest running relationship.
do we want to make this interesting?
It depends on how long they've.
No, we just want to see a relationship develop into magic.
We've seen the Browley highs and lows. I mean, what has happened with Jude and I mean, Jude obviously overcame this label situation, and Connor got shot in the foot. But
Good situation to overcome.
Hardships all around.
I mean, we need to figure this out. Like, I feel like there's going to be stuff that goes down. And Hayden, you text me when you know.
When it happens. I know, like I said though, but I've read. We're only on 4. We've still got 6 more until the end, and I've read them all. And so knowing what happens, like I always say, it's so much fun hearing you guys' predictions. Just going.
I want to give you a knuckle sandwich right now.
It's great. Like I can tell you that about the genre storyline. It gets, it's always good with the writers, right? And I think that, whatever you see or hear, whether they do end in 3B or whether they end at all, I think that just remember that the Fosters always has a plan. They've always got something in their mind, and they've always got a reason for it. They would never do something just to anger the fans. They love you guys. We all do. So,
dude, Hayden Byerly, everyone, aka Boss.
Oh my God, I think that's the perfect ending point.
It is. So thank you for being a wonderful co-host this evening.
I'm glad to be back.
Oh my God, yes, thank you so much. Where can everybody find you on social media until next time?
At Hayden Byerly on Twitter, and I think it's Byerly11 on Instagram.
And then on the commercial world, we still see you every day.
Oh, of course. I've been having a ton of Oscar Mayer commercials run around, so.
Nationally, yeah. What about you, Jillian?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff, on my Facebook page, Jillian Leff Official, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search for my name and it'll pop up.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi. You can find me on Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Stephanie Giorgi, on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi.
And I tweet from Jeff Masters 1. Guys, next week we have a tentative guest, so we're not going to announce anything yet. But stay tuned, because we will when we do. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.